Math is one of the few subjects that's sequential in that it's like a Jenga game. It builds upon stuff you've learned in the past. So when you do double-digit multiplication, you first multiply the numbers and then you add the columns. So you might know how to multiply, but if you don't know how to add, you won't be able to do double-digit multiplication. Division, you not only have to learn how to multiply and subtract, you have to understand place value to know where the numbers go above the little box. So when I was teaching students geometry, it wasn't the geometry that was hindering them. They didn't understand their basics. They didn't understand fractions or multiplication. So the first thing to do as a parent is find out what your child knows. And when you start working with them one-on-one, let's say that you're the first-time homeschooler and you're working with your child and you come to something that you assume that they know and they don't have a heart attack. Just take a deep breath and just start asking questions and find out where a child is. So on the math.See website, you can use this with any program as far as I know. Placement tests. But I don't really even need a placement test. If I work with a child for a while, I'll just start asking them some addition questions. If they know all the addition facts, then I'll ask them some subtraction. Then I'll get some multiplication, some division. You can pretty much just work with a child one-on-one, and pretty soon you're gonna zero in on where they need to just be shored up. Yeah, I hate to use the words back up because this is the one thing. We got the question last night here at the conference. They said, "My child is behind."
So that
you're never behind.
That comment gives you should be here, but you're not. That you don't want to avoid that idea.
Okay, so certainly there's national averages, and however, we're not a classroom teacher anymore. We're now one-on-one. We're called tutors, and any tutor, when you go to their office or they come to your house, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to assess your student. And they're going to find out what they know. So people call me and they say, "My child's in 4th grade," and I says, "Congratulations." But do they know how to multiply? So when I wrote math.See, I didn't have any grade levels. But I also didn't put any numbers because we have high school students that have to go back and fill in some holes to get their foundation solid. But they're not going to do a grade 2 book or a grade 4 book. But they don't mind doing gamma or delta. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
Try to be tricky.
Good.
So assessment is number one, and then move at their pace. You don't have to do a page a day just because the book says do a page a day. Some guy that wrote that book doesn't know your kid. You know your kid. You're the expert on your child. So you watch their eyes and work with them, and pretty soon you're going to figure things out. You're going to figure out how they learn better. And yeah, moms and dads are smart. Yeah. And they're more motivated. Nobody's more motivated than a parent to see their child succeed. Yeah. So I'm more concerned about peer pressure among parents than among the kids, because then the parents might join a support group, or they might get a couple moms and they go start chatting, and my child's doing reverse polynomial division, and my child is figuring out how to regroup. It's okay. Everybody's different. Just move at your own pace. And where your child might have a weakness, you might say, you might have some other strengths. So
assessment and movement, move at their pace.
That's
good.
And only a tutor can do that. Classroom teacher can't do that. They get people breathing down their neck to finish the book in a certain amount of time. Very different environment.